There's a look on your face I would like to knock out. See the sin in your grin and the shape of your mouth. All I want is to see you in terrible pain. Though we won't ever meet, I remember your name. Can't believe you were once just like anyone else. Then you grew and became like the devil himself. Pray to God I think of a nice thing to say, but I don't think I can, so fuck you anyway. You a scum, and I hope that you know that the cracks in your smile are beginning to show. Now the world needs to see that it's time you should go. There's no light in your eyes and your brain is too slow. Can't believe you were once just like anyone.
I sing and co-write and do some of the programming, play guitar, and Darius, Dan and I sort of run the business together, but everybody makes the decisions about it being a whole collective.
Yeah, and I'm one of the singers, but I've also started writing as well. I generally look after the boys when they're on the road, because they can't look after themselves.
She does, yeah, she does.
My mother.
She holds her head when we're puking in the toilet and stuff. I was living in Vienna at the time and I had a beatbox group called Balkoplan. We actually use Sennheiser as well for that's all our equipment. But I just sort of, when I arrived in Vienna, oddly enough, a friend of mine gave me two CDs. One of them was a Balkoplan CD, which I ended up working with. And the other one was Archive You All Look the Same to Me, which I ended up working with later. But I actually gave Darius a demo CD after the concert in Vienna when Maria was there too. And I'd actually just wanted to start another project with him. So I gave him a demo of my music and said, well, I like the way you guys produce and I like the music you make, so I'd like to do another side project with you. But timing, because of Craig's departure, it was sort of perfect. Dave, I guess, would have been the main singer, but he still has his other band called Birdpen. It's tricky for him to be able to do both of that at the same time. So it just developed into a collective.
So in terms of direction, you kind of never really know where it's going to go. But once the creative process starts, then where you end up, you end up. I mean, it's slightly different for Control from Clouds because it was a theme, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But in terms of writing now, I think it's more, it will end up where it ends up because everybody is so different. You know, I mean, Paul are different, Dave's different, Roscoe's got his own thing going on too. So it's just I think, well, that's how I look at it, a creative journey. I'm not sure where it's actually going to end up this time, but
yeah, I think
it makes it more interesting because we're all so different in our styles.
I think you're actually right. You know, we are at the point now where we just actually want to write and we'll see what we do with it later. Just as long as it keeps being inspired and we fit it together when we have to. And who knows how we'll release things in the future. You know, it might just be 5 tracks of Maria, it might just be Dave and I, it might just be, you know. But we still always just try to collaborate and do make sure everybody has a good voice. I think the acoustic thing is great because it's raw and people get to hear that there's actually, they get to hear the songs behind all the production, and when you strip it down you actually see, alright, well there's still songs there.
You get to hear all the mistakes as well.
You have to be more careful, yeah?
You have to be very careful.
It is more nerve-wracking. I still think the most nerve-wracking shows we do with the orchestra. So.
Oh gosh.
And I had the orchestra.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got really stressed out when we did it the last time. But it's all learning curves. You learn how to deal with all that. But
we did a show
let go.
Was it Cannes?
Yeah, it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, and one of the songs that I had to do, the orchestra were completely
out of time as well too. Yeah.
And I was trying to come in, and I was like, where do I come in? I had 2 different timings,
It's
So
tricky
that
though,
was
you
quite
know.
scary.
You put the drummer in
really
a
was.
box in a booth, and then you got the orchestra behind you, and then you got reflections from the room.
Yeah.
You can hear everything, all the clicking of your guitar and everything else too. It's nerve-wracking, but it's good. It's a good experience because we plan to do more orchestral shows come January, February, even in France.
It seems to me you've got a lot of projects, and I see that you're going to shoot a DVD in Greece.
That's right, yeah.
On the 24th
25th.
September, yeah.
Yeah, it's a new thing, you know. Times are changing. I mean, we obviously still do business with Warner Brothers and stuff, but we've completely funded the DVD basically off the back of old tracks from Londinium, pledging that we're going to play at people's parties.
Yeah, well, what's all this idea?
Handwritten
Vinyl,
lyrics.
limited vinyl,
Yeah,
DJs coming.
that's it. We're just sort of using stuff that would eventually be back catalogue stuff, and we're just giving the people who love our music the opportunity to have it sort of first hand, and at the same time they're the ones who are going to be supporting the DVD, and their names are going to be on the DVD cover, you know, that sort of thing too. So it's like everybody's a part of this, and we're quite proud and thankful that we can actually have a fan base enough to be able to do something like this, because obviously a band starting up is not really going to work out the same if you just say, all right, well, we're going to pledge, and you know, you buy it online, blah. So it's a really great opportunity for us,
No, it's
and
great,
we hope to keep doing things like this in the future, because obviously just the music industry is changing a
you
lot.
become more independent in your distribution of the vinyl records and
Yeah.
DVD.
That's it, yeah, more in control of it, and we'll see what happens for the album. We'll still have to find funding for the album, because it is a lot. It's a big chunk of money to get, but it gives us faith, you know, even off the back of the DVD we might be able to raise enough to fund the next album, which would be ideal, really, you know, which would be fantastic.
Black holes living in the side of your face, razor wire spinning around you, around you, around you, around you, around you.
Sennheiser really are the best. Actually, I don't know what it was that I had before Sennheiser house, but it was just a nightmare hearing myself. The packs were right. I used to get so much interference, whereas these guys were fine, you know. But my experience of Sennheiser,
He uses the wireless one.
yeah, I use it. They're great. Even with other stuff that I do, other people that I work with use Sennheiser. So they're great microphones. They're great.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know the exact model, but we use a variety of 3 different dynamic mics for me, because I have more of a David Bowie type voice. So you have to have the dynamics. I need to be able to pick everything up. The clarity of these mics is, you know, beyond anything else that I've ever found. And I used to use Shure betas and all those kind of things too to pick it up. Nothing like it. There's still something to say about other microphones when you're recording, but for live I think the Sennheiser ones are the only ones I've ever used as far as that I've liked. And it's got a big diaphragm, it picks everything else up on stage, and people are going crazy because it's picking up so much, but it really makes a difference in my voice. I've had fans compliment saying over the last tour since we've been using them that they can hear my voice better now and that sort of thing too. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Yeah, and like I said, with my old group Bachklang, and they're still going. They're a beatbox group in Austria. They only use Sennheiser as well, which is great.
Delivered from the hand of all